That's about enough of that. Whoa. Is my voice really loud? What is happening, everybody? Let me know, is my voice really loud? It's like, wow, that mic is peaking. Guitar sounds great. Let me know how my voice is. Unless there's something messed up on this thing. It's not loud? Okay. Not too bad. Okay, cool. So I was like purposely trying to talk quieter because like it's maxing it out. It says I'm clipping. It is louder than the guitar. Wonder how I adjust that. Can I adjust? Is that adjustable? Is there anything I can do? Nope. The rig is the Axe Effects. Yeah, I don't have any ways to control the volume, unfortunately. Play some Def Leppard? I will definitely play some. I will play some Def Leppard. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it's so loud. I also can't adjust it. Just trying to see. It's really weird. I'm like trying to talk quieter for you guys. Let me see if there's anything at all that I can do. This is not a USA Charvel. I wonder if there's anything I can do on here. Yeah, sorry, I want to figure this out. Because, like I said, it's showing that my voice is clipping. Is it still doing it? Or is it better? Nope, still doing it. Volume's okay. Yeah, sorry, I don't want it to be like all crazy on you. But anyways, just shout it out loud. Anyways, all that aside, what is hip-hopping happening, everybody? What's kicking? How is everyone doing? I'm just getting all this other junk I had on here now taken care of. And what's up in the world of guitar? Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick on here. I've got caffeine, don't worry, it'll kick in here in just a second. Then it'll be crazy. Highlights. Oh, look, I can see the chat there too. Okay. Yeah, sorry about my voice. We'll just have to roll with that one. You're doing great. Well, I'm glad to hear that. What about you? Man, it's been a great week. But it's nice. Yeah, I'm going to definitely get in some practice. I've been doing really good with a lot of practice. Last night I didn't. It was just kind of like not a good guitar day. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to force myself to practice. Seems a little better now. Maybe I did something and I don't even know what I did. Do you need a tube amp like Fender Blues Jr. to get a bluesy sound of an amp? I don't think so. I do have a secret amp sitting right there. Who can tell me what that amp is right there? I'll show it to you guys here in just a minute. So what was in the box? You will see that tomorrow in tomorrow's video. What was in that box is right here. Right here. Right off camera. It's so, I mean, like you're literally centimeters away from it. Baxter's Brian, hope you're doing good. Wow. So sorry to hear that, William. I hope recovery's going good. Revv D20, you got it. Oh, Justin, thank you so much, man. Justin gets the first shout out of the night. I'm in a good set of HSS pickups for my Chapman ML1. You know what? I'm really happy with those HSS that are in my Vola. I just put in the Fishman Moderns in there, and then they're single coils. Hey, Scott, what's happening, man? Sorry, and you guys have to keep me posted on how the volumes are doing. Yeah, it's just not doing anything. It's driving me crazy. Check, check, check. Is that any better? Let me know if that made it better or worse. Yeah, those Boss amps, like the Katanas, those are really good. Just got a Schecter. Ooh, nice. That's a lot better? Awesome. Too quiet. Oh, great. Robert Baker adjusted your audio level. I'm Robert Baker. First live stream you've seen of me. Well, welcome, Austin. Too quiet? How's it now? Try the guitar again. Okay, let me see if the voice is good now. And then we'll try guitar. Mitch! What's up, buddy? It's good now? Just a drone. Better. Okay, cool. Voice is good. Voice is crystal. Okay, awesome. So check it out. I'm going to flip over to the better sound of the guitar. Let me know how that does. I wonder if that was affected at all by me adjusting that. So just bear with me for just a minute longer, and then we'll check this volume. All right, well then that is what we will roll with. Guitar is low, great tone. Dang it. Yeah, I think it's just gonna have to be what it is, unfortunately. But so yeah, so anyways, let's get back to business. Get rid of that. Put this over here. 149 people. Dude, thank you, everyone. Should do a commercial for Tone Paint. The April Fool. That's funny. I should. Tone Paint. I painted my old crappy Charvel with Tone Paint, and now look at it. See if I can parallel axis pickup. I have not. Oh, how I want one. Oh, but the Jackson came out with, they brought these crackle finishes back. Do you know any Dragonheart? You mean like the picks? Like I use the Dragonheart picks. Angry Garden. Oh, dude. Definitely get back into playing guitar, man. It's the coolest thing ever. Has anyone mistaken you for a woman? It's happened to me. Yes, all the time. I had this one gas station attendant one time years ago. Their gas stations are in business now, but I just remember he walked over. He's just like, well, I'll be honest. I thought, because he could just see, like, I was just kind of leaned up against the car, and he could just see, like, my hair blowing in the wind. He's like, well, I'm going to be honest. Thought you were a girl. Was coming over here to flirt with you. And he's like, and yeah, you just kind of killed the mood because you're a dude. Fire and flames, say my name, rock and roll. Red Bull gives you wings. Rob, I got a question. Have you ever been in a band? I've been in lots of bands over the years and stuff like that. At one point I was in 3 bands and playing out a lot and lots of band practices and all that kind of stuff. So I've done the band thing. Never really toured. I've never really been interested in that, to be honest. As odd as that might sound for a guitar player to say, the whole being gone for 3 months, thing never really appealed to me. My son's guitar is not here, so he's staying with my mom. He goes over there every other Friday and stays the night with her. And he's been taking his guitar with him. Man, I'll tell you what, he's learning very quickly, and that's not trying to be biased because he's my son. I've taught a lot of kids, when I used to teach in-person lessons. I've taught a lot of, actually, I've never taught anyone as young as him. Maybe one kid. I think, actually, I taught a couple of 6-year-olds, and they just were not interested in it at all. And, they took lessons for a few months and, couldn't even play Smoke on the Water on one string just because they weren't interested in it. But Mason already, he loves it. So he took it over to his other grandma's house. He wanted to show them his guitar. He took it over to my mom's house to show her his new guitar. And on the way there, he was telling me the string names, and I was like, oh, cool, because basically what we did was, you guys probably saw the guitar. He put all the stickers on it. Well, the back has no has stickers on it now. But the deal that me and him have is he has special Minecraft stickers somewhere in here. These special Minecraft stickers. And every day that he practices for 15 minutes, me and him do a practice thing, he gets to put one of these, special stickers on the back of the guitar. And he's been asking me each day, he's like, are we going to go practice guitar now? And stuff. And I always make sure I drop what I'm doing, and I'm like, yeah, let's go do it, So anyways, he's done it 5 days in a row now, and he can completely play Smoke on the Water, just, all on one string, all the way through. And he's so excited and proud, and he knows the names of the strings. I've had students for months who didn't know the names of the strings. And so in the car, I was just talking to him when I was taking over to my mom's, and I was like, well, tomorrow we're gonna work on learning our strings the other way. And he's like, oh, I can't do that. And I was like, you never know. And then he he did it in the car. He did it a couple times. He was like E, B, G, and I was like, dude. So I'm really, really, really proud of him. And I think for a 6-year-old to be picking up like that. And what's really funny and interesting is the way he holds the guitar. He puts his thumb in the back of the neck and holds the guitar. Obviously not perfect, but I've taught a lot of kids, and they would try to go like this or some weird kind of combination, and he just kind of puts his thumb back there, and it's really interesting. What amp is... he doesn't have an amp to travel with, so basically what we do is I only work with him on one short thing that each practice session that we do. So like I said, I work on one little piece with him, which we've been doing Smoke on the Water, and then I let him just plug into whatever he wants to, and he likes to just strum and make noise and stuff like that. So, to me the important thing is, we're not forcing any part of it. It's strictly when he wants to, when he's interested in it. And, we were going to sell the blue Telecaster I have, and that's his favorite guitar in here. So then we decided, oh, well, then we'll hang on to it. And, as he, you know, sticks with guitar and stuff like that, maybe that's something that, you know, in a year or so, well, I'll just give him that Telecaster, and that'll be a nice guitar for him to have because that's his favorite one. Gotta learn Wild Thing. Yeah, so basically the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna work on some real small chords with him. Like we're gonna do like a G chord, then a C. You know, just real easy things like that. And today what me and him did was we started working on just playing the high E string, alternate picking it. So he was kind of getting the hang of that, and then he knows, like I said, Smoke on the Water. And then we're going to start doing these little chord transitions. But yeah, it's really exciting for me. How old is he? He's 6. So and as badly as I wanted to, you know, be like, you're gonna play guitar, right? Like I've never done any of that stuff, and you know, he came to us and asked for a guitar, and it's man, it's exciting. Because I wish I would have started when I was his age. You know, I started, you know, when I was 15, 16. Mississippi Queen, that's a pretty good one. What do you think about music theory is so important? I think music theory helps a lot with writing and just understanding stuff. Because, like, I have, like I said, the D20, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. I'll talk about it. But, like, today, I was working on the demo for that song. And the riff that it goes to, it has this little, like, jazz section to it. And I mean, like, without theory, I wouldn't know how to do any of this stuff. So, like, it goes from kind of a rock riff. But then it transitions and it goes to this. What is the... Yeah. Basically, it's kind of like jet. And to me, it makes you have a lot more control about interesting writing and stuff like that. So, like I said, you know, instead of just doing like just that one chord progression, I knew how to, like, I'm like, okay, get out. You know, went to like the dominant 7. To add 9, and stuff like that. So to me, that is really interesting side of it. Can I play Neon? I've never learned Neon. I think John tunes his low E string down to like B or something like that. I'm not sure. Later, Michael. I don't know Rocket Queen. My favorite guitar is my Les Paul, and I'm actually getting ready to do a video about it, and I'm taking it into the shop to get it fixed. But you'll have to see what that will mean. And I'm not sure how quickly they'll be able to get it done. Speed video. How to nail down the position change. Going down. Can you please show it? Oh, hey, Axel! Yeah, so how many of you guys are doing the shred challenge with me? You know? So to me, when I do that position change, it works out really nice. It's been getting a lot easier. But so yeah, so that's kind of how I do that transition, man. And I forgot to mention in the video, because people were saying like, how are you like playing with it? And the thing is that when I'm playing that, I'm playing it with a triplet feel. The crackle paint makes you faster. That's an actual factual. I mean, that's just true. Okay, so like I said, that section, but this is the part that gives me trouble. So the way I've been practicing it is this. I go... Did you ever do a collab with another YouTuber? I actually have a couple of collabs coming up that'll be on my channel. And one of them is with my buddy Daryl Braun. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him on YouTube. He has a great channel. And then Tim Pierce just sent me the video for the collab that I'm doing with him, Pete Thorne, and Jared Dines. And then there might be one other person part of that video. I wanted to have 5 people. Play some SRV. I would totally play some SRV here in a second. So yeah, so there will be a couple of collabs coming up so very soon. I did not try I didn't go. I never really like venture into those booths at NAMM. To be honest, man. Yeah, Tim is amazing. You know, not even lying. It's weird for me, the fact that he. You know, to get that text message where he's just like, "Hey, man, here's the video for you." I'm like, this isn't right. You shouldn't know me. Yeah, dude, I'm so glad you like your new Revv, Braxel. That is. So let's talk about this real quick. And actually, we'll talk about 2 things because I got a couple things this week. Woo! One thing, woo! We got generator pedals. And those aren't mine. So what should I do with those? I don't even know. Dump water all over me. So yeah, the Revv guys, when they asked me to do the video on the D20, I was like, totally would. I was like, totally will. Issue, I don't have any pedals right now because I sent them all away to be put on a board. And they were like, oh, well, we'll send you a couple, you know, to use. And then they sent me 4. And they're like, you know, just do whatever you want with them. Which, you know, give them away or something like that. So I'll definitely be giving those away. For so long. Dude, it'd be crazy if you won one of those 2. Win the Vola, win the Revv pedal. So anyways, 2 pieces of gear I want to talk about. There's a 3rd piece of gear over here that I can't talk about until tomorrow. You'll see in a video. I'll have to try that, man. So this is the Revv D20. To me, this was one of the most new and innovative pieces of gear from NAMM. And then I finally got it. This right here, this was my favorite pedal from NAMM. And I have been waiting and waiting for these to be available. This was, it sounds so good. And then when I got it, I plugged it in, and I was like, it's even better here. It's in my own stuff. So this is the Dan Electro Breakdown pedal. And I'm telling you what, man, it is an amazing. I don't know if they're like in stock in stores yet, but it's so good. It was the pedal that impressed me the most at NAMM. It's a distortion pedal, but it's so simple and so cool. If you look at it, I'm not sure if you can see it. There's 2 knobs, and it's like you don't even get. There's no tone knob. There's no mid. None of that stuff. It's like you have a volume knob, and you have basically like presets. This is modeled after the pedal that Jimmy Page used on the first Led Zeppelin album. So back in 1968. And it just sounds fantastic. Yeah, we have a Fender Strat. We have a Fender VG, which is basically an American standard. But yeah, so that was I'll definitely be doing a video about that. And like I said, that was my favorite new pedal at NAMM was that one. It's on there. Yeah, yeah. Like I know they came out with those billionaire pedals that were really good. They were kind of more like, I mean, basically, I guess like cheaper, you know, price pointed pedals. And these are a little more expensive, but they come, and some people might not dig it, but I actually really do. They're relics. I don't know if you can see it or not. They're basically like road worn, and I just think it looks cool because it's obviously supposed to emulate the pedal, you know, back from 1968. So this amp, which is that I'll be doing a video about it, so I'm not going to go too in depth, but I'll tell you what, man, this is like such a crazy amp because it has all the two-note stuff built in it. So like I recorded a song with it today, and when I recorded it, it was so weird because I literally just plugged straight out of the back of the amp into my interface and recorded it. Our first pedal. I'm actually going to do a video about that. It's an overdrive, Braxel. And I'm telling you what, man, it is a really good overdrive. The amp is 1200. The pedal is 149. What did you say, Braxel? I think like 150. So yeah, so both of those. Yeah, the pedal is 149. Guitar, well, yeah, it's gonna clip because of the mic out here. If I flip it over, it shouldn't be clipping. Here, let me play some guitar here for a second. Bow chicka down, bow chicka down. Pedal with a Les Paul would go off. Thanks, playing Robert. Thank you. I'm gonna pick up my guitar. Live chat too. Play your guitar while you're watching. Keys. Dude, that's awesome. That's really good. Ever try any Sur? Yeah, you know, I get asked that a lot, and I have tried Sur guitars and stuff like that, and they're all great. You know, they're all fantastic guitars. The only one that really ever jumped out to me that I really, really dug, you know, where I was like, oh, I'd like to own one of those, was the Pete Thorne. You know, his really did jump out at me. Done with your board. What does it cost? I don't know when it'll be done, and I won't know the total until it's done. Play Rock You Like Where I Am. Rock you like a hurricane. Would be worth saving up your money for. Whatever one inspires you, man, to be honest. You know, you know, anytime you have to like earn something, you know, and like really work for it and stuff like that, I think that it, you know, it holds a lot of special value to you. So just kind of be like, what's a guitar that you want to have? You know, that seems, you know, a little bit out of reach, something that you're like, all right, I'm gonna have to save for a while for this one. I love the Tumnus Overdrive. I have the Tumnus Deluxe, and I really, really like that pedal. Live chat with Mark Morton. Ibanez guitars. I think, you know, I mean, I don't have any issue with Ibanez guitars. I don't really like the necks on most of them. The AZ series is the first Ibanez neck that I've liked, and that's because it's very stratty. Getting a 59 reissue Les Paul. Probably not, to be honest. I guess it would have to really wow me. The next Les Paul, and probably, you know, in my opinion, the final Les Paul that I want to get is I want to get a black Les Paul custom, preferably from the 70s is one that I want, which I know the 70s is kind of like a bad era for Les Pauls, but I'll tell you what, man, I absolutely love my 79. I would just want to find one that didn't have a pancake body on it, and but I wanted to have the maple neck, like what mine does, and stuff like that. Joe Ferry has a new Les Paul. The single humbucker. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, Jared James has his Epiphone with the single pickup in it. Love the customs. Thank you. The final Les Paul. I know, right? My wife is not convinced that we need a black Les Paul. She's like me. I don't really like black guitars. But that I do actually like. Ooh, deep dish. But, you know, they don't, no one around here makes deep dish pizza. Want to hear YouTube Guitar Gods play some Buddy Holly old school. I don't know anybody Holly. Love the tuxedo. Hey, Ron. And Ron appears. Convincer. Now the next guitar that, you know, that she's on board with wanting to get is like a vintage Strat. You know, is something that I think we both really want. But then, like to me, the vintage Strat, you know, the one I would want would have to be like a 2 or 3 tone tobacco burst, which I'm getting so many tobacco burst guitars, but you know, like I said, a 2 or 3 tone tobacco burst, preferably actually rosewood fingerboard. When I think of like those old Strats, I actually think of rosewood fingerboards on them. But maple would be, you know, fine as well. Will you ever get another SG? I doubt it. You know, I think that I officially had a good run with SGs. You know, versus just playing it. You know, had it for quite a few months, and you know, and got to kind of like feel it out and be like, okay, this is kind of what an SG is about. You know, not that like you know, mine was a special, so I'm sure a standard's even better and stuff like that. But it, Sam. But yeah, I don't foresee me wanting to get another one. Quentin James, can you tell us about your desk? Where did you get it? Price range? So the desk that I have is an Argosy Halo desk, and I got it from Sweetwater, actually. I think I did the I pretty much do like the 3 Easy Pay that they do all the time. I don't honestly remember exactly the price. I will say that these desks are, you know, kind of expensive. You know, and they seem like too expensive until you get one and you realize how much it helps with like workflow and stuff like that. Then it's, you know, then it's suddenly worth it. Like a friend of mine just got one, and he was putting it together last night, and he sent me a picture of it, and I was like, oh, you know, like great, you know, because Fluff was the first person I ever saw with one, and then I got mine. And then Pete Thorne was asking me about the desk, and then, you know, he got one as well now, and then my buddy just got one also. So it's really good, and yeah, like the price range varies. It depends on what all you get on it, like what kind of like monitor attachment you get, and what kind of monitor or like computer monitor. There's all kinds of things you can do to it to, you know, get as crazy as you want with it, but it was definitely a huge improvement. Hello from Germany! Guten Tag! Yeah, like I said, you know, unfortunately, you know, they're an investment, and it's like, it's not a cool investment either. However, you know that the Freedom BOD Deluxe sounds really good through the Revv Blue channel. Yeah, man, you know, and that's what's kind of cool about pedals like that, like the BE Deluxe through the Revv. Because the Revv's cleans take pedals so good. So when you have a pedal like that, it's kind of like the other side, that, you know, the tonal spectrum that the Revv doesn't really cover, to me, is the more martially territory. The green side of the Revv is like an American Marshall sound, you know. It's not totally there in that like British territory, but obviously, like I said, the clean channels are so good that you can sit there and, you know, get a pedal like that, and not that it sounds, you know, in my opinion, necessarily just like a BEOD, but, you know, it gets you right there in that realm for sure. Hey, Rat Stomper. How about Heart? You should do more videos of how to play in the style of Jimmy Page. I have another one coming up. So basically, what I decided to do is, and this week, you know, some of you guys might have noticed, I put out way less videos this week. And it's basically, you know, I was just getting like really burnt out. So I'm going back to my old kind of like upload schedule. And there's a couple reasons why I want to do it. One, like I said, I was getting really burnt out. But two is because you know, uploading every single day, I didn't have time to really like tackle any of these, you know, larger video projects that I want to do. Like the what gear did they really play? Like that first one was like super successful, but it's just the time that it takes to make a video like that. I didn't have days. You know, I needed to do a video each day. So I'm going back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Friday will probably be live streams and stuff like that. And I think it'll be better, and it'll allow me to really kind of like, you know, go back to putting in a lot of time on some of these larger video projects. Do you like Gary Moore's tone? I do like Gary Moore. I'm not a huge fan of his tone, actually. I think he has a great tone, but it was never a tone that I necessarily chased, oddly enough. Will you get tired of your Furman guitars like the SG? I returned an SG recently too. No, definitely not. And you know, I've talked about this before. I'll definitely not sell those or anything like that. Simply because, like I said, you know, it's the Grover Jackson side of it. You know, I'm such a Grover Jackson fan, and this is still, you know, and they're still pretty early on with their guitars. I mean, they've been making maybe 3 years now. I can't remember. Sam, have you ever met Tosin? I have. Yeah, I met Tosin. We chatted 2 different times at NAMM. He was really nice. We have a tractor in Ohio. That sounds about right. Who do you like for tone besides Jimmy Page? Eddie Van Halen, Nuno Bettencourt, early Zakk Wylde, you know, like Ozzy stuff. Did I say Eric Johnson already? I probably did. You know, stuff like that. You know, those guys to me have some of the best tones. I don't have a tractor. I mean, I grew up on a farm. When I was a kid, I had a tractor that we drove around. Hopping a bobcat. Do you like Jared Dines? No, definitely not. That's not my thing at all. No, yeah, I grew up way out in the country, man. I've got all kinds of wild country stories. I am a farm boy. I live in the city now, but I grew up out in the country. Time should a teacher spend on? How much should a teacher spend on you outside of lessons? I finally got one. It's amazing. It's been 4 months and still barely remember what we worked on previous session. 4 months. So, are you saying he can't remember what you worked on, or you can't? Sorry, I'm just a little bit confused. Benjamin, I do live in Ohio. Here's some country stories. Maybe another time. I'll fill you in on some wild country stories. How do you get all the time to play all your guitars? How many do you have? 13 guitars, and I have a hard time rotating them. You know, I mean, I just grab different ones each day, to be honest. And some, I mean, it's not like I play through all of them constantly or anything like that. It's just I get in like moods. Honestly, I haven't played this guitar for a few weeks. You know, I just finally got it back in tune and all that stuff. But you know, it's you know, it's just having different like flavors that you're in the mood for that day. So, you know, sometimes I want to play the dead electro. Sometimes I want to get all shreddy on this thing. It all just depends. But it's nice to have the options, you know. I have not tried the new DSLs. A lot of people tell me about those. Awesome video game. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, you know, I have a couple other videos. There's been a lot of copyright stuff going on YouTube that I'm going to try to re-upload as well. So we'll see how that goes. Puff ass. Auto-tune setup? I think that's terrible. I'm not a fan of that at all. Let's switch guitars. I'm gonna switch to the Les Paul because, like I said, I'm not gonna have it for a little while, and this is the first time I've ever taken the guitar in to get something done to it, and I'm legitimately nervous. This is, like I said, this is my favorite guitar, so I don't. I'm so sorry. I don't want anything to happen to it. You know, it's just something that, you know, this guitar means a lot to me. Jesus. Sorry, I forgot about the mic issues I'm having, so that was probably like super loud. My wife is texting me. Well, way to ruin it, Lionheart and Brad. I'm not a Gibson hater. I'm just messing with you guys. But yes, that's what I'm having done. Devil Stomp. I'm the electric guitar too. I'm from '79 as well. But yeah, I tried to fix it. I was doing a video on it. I cleaned the pots and all that stuff and got some of the deoxit and was trying to fix the pot. I was hoping it would work, but it didn't. But it did get rid of the cracking on the tone pots, and now they're like really smooth turning. They were like real hard to turn before, but it's like yeah, it is. So, but yeah, I'll finally be able to actually use the volume knobs and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm doing a video about it, and there's a reason why I want to do a video. But how long have I had my Vola? I've had my Vola for 3 years now. Hey, Caleb. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'll play Rock Like a Hurricane. I'll play on this one, so I'll switch it over for some better audio for you guys. But, Raxel, what I'm getting done is my volume knobs don't work on this guitar. They're either, you know, off, like it doesn't matter what I do to it, until it's on 10, then it works. So it's either 10 or nothing. And it's just, this guitar is all original. So the pots are, you know, the same pots that came in it and all that stuff. So, I mean, they're almost 40 years old. So I guess they've earned a reason to be replaced. How did I get my son interested in guitar? Honestly, man, I never pushed it or anything like that. It was, I'm obviously, you know, I play guitar all the time, and he comes in here and sees them, and he got to where probably like a year or so ago, he would ask to, you know, to hold them and strum them and stuff like that. And aside from the 2 Les Pauls, you know, he's allowed to pick up any guitar that he wants to play. And that's kind of just how we did it. It was just more of a, like, yeah, if you want to do something with them, I mean, he knows to be careful with them. And he was, you know, obviously old enough then to, like, support the weight and stuff like that. But that was kind of it, you know. And then he finally just said one day he wanted to get his own guitar. And we were actually, were we already in? I can't remember now. I can't remember if we were already. We went kind of like out of town for the day, and then we ended up going to a guitar center to get a guitar. wants to know how many cats does your son give his new guitar. I think it's like, you know, double infinity, quadruple cats or something like that. It's pretty intense. I'll be honest. Finally learned a complete song over now. Oh, nice. Hey, dude. You know what? Song is a song, man. You made a cover, dude. That's rad, man. I'll try to remember to check that out, buddy. Anyways, sorry. So here is. What was I gonna do? Sorry, I saw something and then my mind got all distracted. Anyways, so here's some better audio of the old Lester. Honestly, do you know what my least favorite Aerosmith song ever is? Dream On. So someone's like, God, I hate Sweet Child of Mine. I think Dream On is my song. I'm just like, I can't stand it. Jukebox Hero, that's such a great song for like a start. Be a jukebox hero, he's got stars in his eyes. He can picture the scene. Yeah, one guitar. Justin, dude, thank you. Probably loud, but hey, it's a shout out. And you only shout it out loud, so you know. Riff from Ozzy's Rock. I don't know that one, unfortunately. Rock and Roll Rebel. That's Jakey Lee, right? Believe so. No guitar strap? Not sure what you mean. I mean, not while I'm sitting. Take me down to the Paradise City. How's it go? I can't remember it. Take me down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. I think cool channel. Thank you, man. Motley Crue, take a ride of the wild side. I don't remember it anymore, unfortunately. Play the Rover. I can't remember. I'm thinking how. I can't think of exactly how that riff goes. Peacemaker die. That's such a killer riff, man. Nuno's the king. Les Paul is that. So this is a 1979 Les Paul KM. So if you're not familiar with that exact model, they're really cool. You know, I think there were only 1,500 of them made, and you know, that's why, you know, it's my favorite guitar for a lot of different reasons. You know, and actually, whenever we decided to get it, we didn't really know what a KM even was. We just knew it was like a 79, and you know, we loved the way that it looked. I thought it was like a very beautiful burst, because like my favorite bursts on guitars are whenever they don't go totally to black. You know, I really like to where if you look, like, I know it looks like it goes to black, but if you look at it up close, I can still see the wood grain all the way through it, all the way to the edge. And you know, it has like for the 70s, kind of rare. I shouldn't say rare, but you know, it wasn't as common to have a real nice two-piece top like this. It's the one-piece body, not the pancake bodies that the 70s were known for. It is the three-piece maple neck with the volute and all that kind of stuff. But this one, like I said, I did a video about it. There's a lot of like weird stuff about this particular one. It has like an oversized headstock, and the serial number and Made in USA stuff is all positioned kind of weird for that era. So there's just like a lot of little things about it. And a lot of people ask about the pickups in this one as well, and they are not DiMarzio. Get it from? Don't be asking. I got it from. You know, here's actually kind of a funny story. Is I got it from a Guitar Center in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I had just mentioned, you know, to my wife about, you know, really wanting to get a Les Paul. Like I had never really owned a Les Paul, like a Gibson Les Paul. I'd owned like Epiphones and stuff like that, which were great, but she just happened, you know, and my wife's stipulation was, she's like, oh, well, I don't want it to be any of these, like, new, you know, robot tuner Les Pauls and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, you know, I want it to be kind of old. And I was like, oh, well, you know, we'll never afford an old one. And Les Pauls are kind of weird because, you know, you can get to the 70s, but basically, and now all of those Les Pauls have really jumped in price. Like we got it right before they jumped up again. But you know, obviously, 60s Les Pauls didn't really exist. So, I mean, other than like a few probably like custom ordered ones, it wasn't a thing. You know, until when did Les Pauls come back? 68, I think. Maybe someone can tell me. But, you know, they didn't make Les Pauls. So, basically, if you don't get one from the 70s, and if you happen to get one from the 60s that was like a one-off custom, you're going to pay, you know, mad money for it. Or you go back to the 50s, and then you're back into the absolute crazy. 69s when they came back. Okay, yeah, so it's just kind of like, you know, no hope, basically. We ever going to see your wife? You know what? She has no interest in being in videos, and it's something I try to never push. Yes, so the SG took the place of the Les Paul, essentially, and SGs were originally called Les Pauls, which then they changed the name to SG, which stands for Solid Guitar. Later, William. Have a good night, man. Yeah, so basically that's how this one came to be. So like I said, we got it from, anyway, sorry, I got all derailed. Got it from a Guitar Center in Indiana, and oddly enough, the guy who sold it to me, the cashier or like manager, whoever it was like a couple years ago, maybe it was last year, at Gearfest at Sweetwater. He was just like, hey, and I'm like, oh, hi, you know, like I wasn't sure who it was yet, and he's like, you bought, he's like, you know, I watched you on YouTube. You bought your Les Paul from me, or I don't know if it was exactly him or he was just like there when I was buying it, because my wife was like recording me playing it and stuff like that. But he's like, you know, you bought that from our Guitar Center, and I'm like, oh, no way. And he's like, yeah, I'm the one who sold it to you. So it was funny because I called him up, and you know, we put like a deposit on them so they would hold the guitar because they just got it in. Basically, if I remember correctly, what happened is a collector had this guitar, and he passed away, and his wife, you know, had brought in a bunch of guitars to sell. And you can tell whoever had this, it's got some like burn marks on it, not like fire burn marks. It was just hanging on a hanger, which, you know, is not the best thing to do with that. So the rubber from those hangers will burn away. And you can tell. So this was just hanging on someone's wall probably for a long time. Because a lot of these KMs, man, they're in bad shape. You know, they're pretty like roached out. And this one, you know, everyone's always kind of like impressed with how I've put more damage on it than anything else. So thankfully, because these kind of came with real low frets, and not quite a 0 fret, but lower frets and stuff like that. And you know, it's a mean machine. You know, they're heavy. Yeah, the more I've had them, the more I've played them, the more I love the feel of a Les Paul or just, you know, a single cut guitar. Just a flesh wound. Yeah, you can actually see if I hold it right. I don't know if you guys can see it. I've put quite a few scratches and stuff in this thing. Can you see those? Kind of. Not really. But yeah, there's a lot of scratches up here for me playing it. What kind of Epiphone did I used to have? I sold it. I had a black Epiphone Les Paul. I don't know. It was nice. You know, it was a nice looking guitar and everything. A 59. Yeah, so this was, I think, their first official, like, reissue 59, and it's, like, nothing like a 59 at all. And then they had, like, the prehistoric line of guitars and stuff like that, but... Desire solo? See if I remember first. Sunny, good night. Good night, good night. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, Brian. So yeah, I'll attempt to play some of that solo here for you with the better audio. It's probably not going to go well now. I have to be like on point and warmed up to get that lick right, and I am not right now. But yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here in just a second. And to those who are left, can you give me a shout out? His name is Big Willie Style. Thank you, sir. Like Will Smith? Well, shout out to Big Willie Style. Right there. Like Will Smith. You just got on? Well, so do you guys want to see? Oh, check, check. I can't hear you at all, Robert. Can you guys not hear me? Let me wait and see before I say the next thing. Yes, okay. Sandra, you might want to make sure let's see it. Who wants to see what the new guitar is? It's at the very end of the stream, so a lot of people probably won't make it to this. So tomorrow there'll be an actual official video of this. But there is a new guitar in the house. You can hear, yeah, so it looks like everyone can see and hear me. And originally I was going to sell my blue Telecaster, but, you know, Mason has his heart set on that one. So I guess that one's out of the question now. Plot twist, it's an SG. That would be so funny. It is not an SG. Missed it. You did miss it, but I'm getting ready to do a reveal. So I originally said I wasn't going to, but I'm going to show the new guitar here right now. Let me put this one down. There it is. There it is, guys. That's the new guitar. That was it. I showed it. So that is it. And yeah, sorry. So you know I can't show you guys. You know, but look, if it makes you feel any better, it's right above your head right now. Right here. It's so close. Oh, look, there it is. There it is again. Ugh, that's actually kind of heavy. All right, here, I'll show you for real this time. Here it is. See it? I wanted one of these forever. So there you have it. What do you guys think? Do you dig it? You like the guitar? I'm so glad. You know, I'm really glad that you guys dig it. Like I said, there'll be like a better video with better with better audio. All right, I'm sorry. Oh man. For real though, here's the actual guitar that it is. This webcam is not gonna do it justice. So, who can name what this guitar is? I've literally wanted one of these since before they were even available in the U.S. They were, yeah, Richie. They were available in Japan, but the reason why I never really pursued getting one, to get one from Japan, you basically had to pay an extra couple $100 in shipping, and it's been it's a legit Fender, and it's made in Japan. I will say I have one gripe about this guitar. It's not about the guitar, but this guitar did not come with a hard shell case. Didn't even come with a gig bag. So I was a little bit upset about that because I'm like, bro, Squiers come with gig bags. Why does this one not? But I wasn't gonna let that, be a make or break decision for me about it. But I was just kind of like, I'm like, oh, come on, Fender, like, why are you cheaping out on the gig bag? Yeah. See, I figured you guys would be with me on that. But like I said, I'm not. It's a guitar I've wanted forever. They used to come. They've never come with hard shell cases. They always came with gig bags. But when my Sweetwater guy was asking me, he's like, "Well, it actually doesn't come with one now, and that's nothing to do with Sweetwater. That's all Fender." No, if you look at the Richies, they're it's a pretty blonde maple. It's pretty lightly colored. It's because it's very unfinished. It's like a very natural, satiny feeling neck. And I'll let you guys hear it real quick before we end the stream, and I go get some din. But yeah, it sounds fantastic. I'm blown away. And the neck. So if you're not familiar with these necks, everyone talks about the neck on these guitars, and they're a large. See, it's actually the biggest neck of any of the guitars that I own. This one is, and it's perfect. You know, I even like my my vintage T neck, which I love. And the Vola has like a large C on it too. This one's a little bit bigger, feels like it anyways. And I mean it's a handful for sure. Anyway, so here's some better audio. So if you don't know, the pickups are this is a Chopper T and this is a Twang King, and this is not a tone knob. This is actually a series parallel. So when you have it in your middle position, it puts the pickups in parallel. So yeah, this is nothing to do with any companies or everything. I bought this 100%. So this is not like a, you know, Fender gave me this or something like that. This is no ties to anyone. It's just easier, you know, a lot of times to save up and just not deal with the company. You know what? I don't like gold hardware on many things, but it works on this guitar. Got yours in April? I get mine in April. Oh, nice. So anyways, sorry, I'm getting all distracted. Here is the tones. You can hear it. And I knocked it out of tune. But anyways, that is gonna be it. This is, like I said, this is the new guitar. I don't have a name for it yet. Got some dust on there. But you'll see an actual video, kind of unboxing-ish style video of it tomorrow. I know I just posted the picture on Instagram, but I actually got this on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. I've had it for like a week now. So I'm getting more and more used to it and really digging it. Only thing I do not like so far, and it's nothing to do with the guitar, it comes with 9-gauge strings on it, and it's really hard for me. You could probably see when I was playing, I was having a hard time with it. Nines are just so hard for me to play because they're so like flubby and loose. Like it's hard for me to bend and like keep the bend in pitch because it's just there's not enough tension there. So I'm going to change it to 10s, and then I think we'll really be cooking. I think Richie uses 11 to 52s actually. Black hole sun introduction. Yep, you guys are the first ones to officially see it. I gotta name it. There was another one actually. I'll end with this. There was another one. Sweetwater had one of these left, and I was thinking about getting it, but it had a very plain. There you go. That's a good. Now you can actually see the top. It had a very plain top. There wasn't much flame on it, and I'm like, oh, I really wanted to have a nice flame on the guitar if I'm gonna get one, and they didn't have any, and my guy over there, Brian, could only tell me that he's like we have other ones coming in, but I don't we don't have an exact ETA. It was like literally like 2 days later I just happened to check, and I don't know if you guys don't know this by any chance, 'cause I just found this out not too often long ago. You can actually go through all of the guitars that Sweetwater has in stock and look at the pictures and tell them exactly what serial number you want. And you can be like, oh, I want serial number, like this one was whatever, like 256, and then it has the weight of the guitar. You can see different pictures of the tops and all that kind of stuff. One has decent flame. Yeah, so they had 5, but I got the one that had the most flame on it. So, but I thought that was really cool that you could go through there. Some of them were kind of heavy. They were like 8 pounds, like 13 ounces or something like that. And this one weighed in at 8 pounds, 4 ounces, I think. So, well, you think that, but whenever, like I said, I like that you have the option to get like the exact model number that you want, because like I said, because there was another one that had a decent flame on it that someone already commented was on there, and I almost went with that one, and this one just had like a little bit of extra something with the flame, and I was like, I want that one. I don't do I have a guitar with flame top? The Cronus has a flame on it, but Show 'em Blues. Yeah, like I said, most of them were close to 9 pounds, which to me is kind of heavy. But also, I mean, if you've never played a Richie Kotzen Telecaster, the first thing you will notice the second you play one is how massively large the neck is. It's huge. Luckily I have pretty big paws for hands. So it feels really, really comfortable. But yeah, if you happen to have smaller hands, looking for serial number 69420. Am I right, guys? But yeah, Is it larger than a 50s Les? It's like that. It's huge. Right? It's a baseball bat. You know, like I said, if you ever get a chance to try one, try one. They're really, really nice. Like I said, these are made in Japan. And one of the things I liked also, not just about the top, about this one, is there's kind of this like knot from the wood right here. You know, like all the other ones had basically like really nice, perfect looking backs, and this one had this like big old knot right here, and I was like, that's the one. It's kind of like it's already asking to get, you know, played and made ugly and all that stuff. So, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So thank you guys. You can actually see the size from the sides. Yeah, like I said, you can see. I mean, like, look at that. You can actually. I mean, it's big. It's a big neck. So the runt of the litter. Yeah, basically. So other than that, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Like I said, a video about the telly will be out tomorrow. A video about this will be out Tuesday. And then aside from that, it'll be a normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday schedule, with the exception of the Revv being out Tuesday. There's a cut in it for when you get a belly. Up, I think I'm working on that pretty good right now. Yeah, it got a belly cut in there just for me. So have a great night, guys. I will see you tomorrow with a new video. And thanks again to all the super chats, all the members, all that stuff. And yo, have a great whatever day this is. Friday. Have a great Friday. Bye, guys.